hello Liv Jagrell from Sister Sin and from Liv Sin. Thank you for coming to the show, to the new episode of Denim and Leather podcast.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course, I've been a fan since I've heard Switchblade Serenades back in the day. I mean, when it came out, and that's when I became a fan of Sister Sin, and I was blasting the album in my car for a long time.
That's amazing. That's a long time ago. So, well, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I've got to know you through that album, and through the metal community, but I bought it on CD, of course, and also the follow-up album, Sound of the Underground, was right after that.
Yeah, exactly.
I listened to those two albums a lot, so it's a pleasure to have you here. First, I wanted to ask you about how did you get the name Sister Sin, because Twisted Sister is my favorite band. Does it have connection with Twisted Sister?
No, it doesn't. It's not my idea with the name. It was either our drummer Dave or our first bass player's idea.
Okay.
There was a Swedish glam band from the 80s, kind of glam band, and right now I can't remember the name of that band, but I think they had a song called Sister Sin, and that's why. That's where the name come from. But I'm also a huge Twisted Sister fan. But unfortunately, it's not coming from there. It's coming from some obscure 80s Swedish glam band, apparently, from a song there. And I can't remember the name of the band right now. But yeah.
Wow, amazing. I just heard a story from some obscure band from Sweden that they got their song stolen by Poison in America. But
that might be true. I don't remember which band that is. It might be the same. No, it's probably not the same. But I think I've heard that as well. I can't confirm it.
it was the song I Want Action Tonight. You know, so it was like this.
Yeah, maybe that was the Easy Action band.
Easy Action. It was that chorus.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I wouldn't say it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for coming to the show. So I want to ask you about how did you start first with music? I mean, you must have had some other bands before Sister Sin.
Yeah, well, I started when I was around 14, I think. I was totally in love with Nirvana, and through Nirvana I found Courtney Love and Hole, and I just thought that she was like the coolest girl ever, and maybe she wasn't the best idol to have when you're a teenager, but but I really loved her attitude, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to play guitar and I want to be in a band. So I started playing guitar, I'm not doing that so much anymore. But I actually started out playing guitar, and I wanted to be a guitar player. And I forced my best friends to start a band with me. So I played guitar and I was singing, and I had two best friends, and I forced one of them to play bass and the other one to play drums. So we started a band called, this is also fun because it's everywhere, Sisters of Kali. So we have the sisters here as well. Sisters of Kali, that was my first ever band. And we played, I think, 3 years maybe. And then we split up, it was after everybody moved out of our small town and went to college, etc. like that. Then I had a couple of small bands here and there before Sister Sin, but actually Sister Sin was the first real band after my girl band when I was a teenager.
Yeah, so Sister Sin was around early 2000s, right?
Yeah, like 2003, something like that. We kind of almost forgot exactly when we started, but something like that. I lived in Gothenburg 2002 to 2003, so it has to be around those years. Because then I moved to Stockholm, and then I already started playing with the Sister Sin.
So it was like first professional band for you, and and
absolutely. But we were not very, when we started, we were not very professional. But I mean, we played for such a long time that we grew into a professional band.
So you were playing a lot of years before making it. Big,
absolutely. We got our first record label record contract around 2008 something. So we had played a couple of years.
2008 is Switchblade Serenades, right?
Yes. I think we released like some kind of on some Greek label, some minor EP before that, but if to be really honest, Switchblade Serenade is the first real one for me, and that's 2008.
Yeah. It's a breakthrough album like not many bands have, because it got you right where you wanted, touring and stuff with big names, right?
Absolutely, and I think that's have everything to do with the record label we had, because we got picked up by Victory Records, which was a independent but a big independent label in the US, and they put a lot of money into us, and obviously that made us be able to tour and to do all these things. So that's why, because we really struggled in Sweden to get known here, and it always felt like we had more luck in the US than we had in our home country. So definitely much thanks to the record label that we had. They had a very aggressive PR attitude with their artists. So that was obviously very good for us.
Yeah, I remember Victory Records. Which were the names they also released? Some other bands. Do you remember?
Well, they had Atreyu. I think they had Breaking Benjamin. I'm not sure. There was so many of the hardcore bands, the metalcore, the hardcore bands. They went from Victory and then everywhere else, because Victory doesn't exist at this like that anymore. But they had really big bands, Silverstein, I think, as well. But now when I haven't thought about that, the label, for such a long time, so I've forgotten all the names.
So you toured with I don't know, with big bands like Doro Pesh, like Motorhead, like, right? A lot of big names back then, like supporting them or stuff. Which was your favorite tour from back in the day with Sister Sin?
That is a hard. Obviously, we only played 2 shows supporting Motorhead in America, but that was amazing, and that was like really super cool to do. And we met Lemmy, and it was really awesome. So I'm super grateful. I think that's probably one of the best memories to have toured with those 2 shows with Motorhead. But otherwise, I have to say, just before we quit with Sister Sin, we played. My head. I'm sorry, I'm tired today, so my head is like that touring festival in the US that I forgot about the name now.
Oh, it was the maybe Mayhem Festival. No.
Yes, the Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yes. To do that kind of thing when you have a touring festival with the same bands and it's 6 weeks, everything is like, the planning and everything is perfect. It's so good. So that is, for me, that's one of the coolest things I ever done, because it was you have everybody helping you out, and everything is so well organized. So that was amazing to do, and I would love to do such a thing again.
Awesome. I think it will happen, of course, now that you're back for a few years with Sister Sin. Why did you guys break up in 2015-16? When was that?
We broke up in 2015, and we had to be honest, it was due to too much touring. We were all very, very tired.
Exhausted,
super exhausted. I do love the touring, so I couldn't really see that I was exhausted as well. But we had 2 band members that couldn't take it anymore for personal reasons.
Yeah.
So they left the band in 2015 after Mayhem, and after we had done a couple more Summer Breeze and some shows, and they left the band, and it was only me and the drummer, and we kind of said that it's not gonna be Sister Sin if we take in 2 new members. It didn't feel right to do that. So then we said, let's end it here instead, because it would be weird to take in 2 new members and then maybe it doesn't work, etc. So we quit. And when I think about it, I think we were a little bit doing it in a rush, because we were also tired and a bit angry and, frustrated, because I really felt that we quit when we were in our prime.
Yeah.
And I had still some bitterness towards that, because all I want to do was play music and tour. But I totally understand why my band members left. They couldn't. They were not feeling well. I could see it. They were not happy.
I heard a similar story from. You probably know the Norwegian band Wigwam.
Yeah. I have not met them, but I know. Yeah.
The singer was my guest here on the podcast, and he told me a similar story, how they broke up because of exhaustion of touring, and for maybe more, like 10 years, and after that they became again friends and continued playing. But after 2015-16, is it then when you made the band Liv Sin after that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because for me, my whole life was living around Sister Sin. My whole life was being the vocalist of Sister Sin, and when that disappeared, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I lost my whole identity, and for almost a year, I was super depressed, and I didn't know where to start over and how to start over. Just felt like my whole life was over. So, but then after a while, I was a very good boyfriend who is now my husband, who told me and got me to believe that just because Sister Sin doesn't exist, it doesn't mean that I need to stop making music. I can still continue making music. So after almost a year, I started to believe in that thought, or that I started to believe in that, and I was like, okay, I want to still make music. And then I was like, what kind of music do I want to do? And because I've always been into more heavier music, more modern metal kind of music. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do my own thing, I need to make music that I really want to do. So, and I started Liv Sin, and obviously the music has a little bit changed over the years, but it goes towards the heavier stuff all the time, because that's more my identity. Actually, I'm not very much a rock and roll girl. I'm more much a metal girl. So I started with Liv Sin, and finally I felt that I also could make music that suited my voice, and I could experiment with my voice, which I really love to do. And I got to. I mean, I write. The guitar players, and the drummer writes the music, but I write all the lyrics, I write all the melodies. So in a way, Liv Sin is obviously more my music and more of me.
Yeah.
Because I can get my creativity out, and I do the music I'm more passionate about. And I still love doing the Sister Sin stuff because it's super cool. But this is maybe more my
I get it. But in Sister Sin you sing more. You're more melodic there. I mean,
yes,
in the
absolutely.
singing. And in Liv Sin you're more into growls and more into yelling and stuff. Yeah. I
do both, obviously, because I still love to sing. But I love to do the more growling stuff. I think it's more fun. I can't explain why. Probably because I've done the other thing in so many years of my life, and that's why I feel like the growling is like a new thing, and I love it. It can be that, but I enjoy the growling more. But I like to do both because I like the music has to have melodies. And you have to have some hooks. So
yeah, I know you're a great singer. I mean, from the first album, when I heard you, you were like perfect singer, female singer for hard and heavy music that I like. You know.
Yeah.
Like
Cool.
And because of that, I wanted to ask you: does the growling affect your melodic singing or no? I mean, can it maybe ruin your voice or no?
No, this is the thing. Growl is not that harmful for the voice if you do it right. But the vocals I do more like the higher vocals I do in Sister Sin. Those are much more harmful, and they harm the voice because if you press your voice high up, that's the worst. Growling for me, I can do it when I barely need to do warm-ups for growling. But if I want to do the screams or the higher stuff, I really need to warm up. So for me, the growling is much more easier to do and doesn't affect my voice as much as the high screaming kind of vocals. And I think that you also can notice that a lot of the 80s bands with male singers that sang very high, that have this like, a lot of those bands today, the singers can't do that anymore because when you get older also, that's where you start to lose your range. It's the upper, and then you try to press even more, and you try to press with distortion, and then you ruin your vocal cords instead. So that kind of singing is absolutely great, and for some it comes so easy, and they can just do it, and they don't get hurt by it. But for me, I mean, I have had surgery one time on my vocal cords, and I don't want to go there again. So I have to be careful, and that's mostly the higher things that affects my voice.
I've heard from a lot of 80s singers that they had surgeries on their voice. Yesterday I was interviewing Steve Brown from Trickster, the band Trickster. He also had surgery on the vocals. Also Tom Kiefer from Cinderella, and a lot of
and I think that I think that there are more vocalists or singers that we know of have had surgeries. And when I went through the surgery, this is a long time, it was the Sister Sin time, so long back ago, the surgeon told me that he had singers that come to him not yearly, but every third or every fifth year they have to go through surgery, and then they sing a couple of years, they get there again, they come and they do surgery again.
Wow.
And I didn't want to be one of those singers. So that's why I try to be much more careful nowadays.
That's good. After forming Liv Sin, how many records did you have with Liv Sin till now?
We have 4 records now.
You had before 4 also with Sister Sin, right?
Yes, exactly.
So
4 and 4,
So but you're now with both bands. I mean, you're active with both,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, I'm more active with Liv Sin because we are a band that is active, and we try to release records in the cycle of 2-3 years, etc., and play as much as we can, even though it's harder today after COVID, etc. But Sister Sin, we didn't talk for almost 10 years, and then we started to talk. 10 years, sorry, 5 years. 5 years. And we started to talk a little bit in 2019, and then like we said, shouldn't we do a festival summer 2020 just to end the band in the right way? Because we felt that we didn't, as I said, we rushed when we quit the band. And so we were like, we do a full festival summer, and then we say like a real goodbye. And then COVID came. So there was no 5 years reunion thing. Instead, we did some festivals 2022. I think it was postponed to 2022, yes. And we played a little bit, and the guys were really having a good time when they were playing. So they said that maybe we should try to do some shows here and there. And again, so we do a little bit, and then they made 2 songs and recorded, and so we are releasing 2 songs and a cover. This spring. Yeah. So it's like a small kind of EP.
Yeah. I just saw that you will be releasing some music with this.
Yeah. So 2 original songs and 1 cover. So we are doing. I'm juggling both bands.
Yeah, that's good. I don't want to see you guys break up again. I wanna hear some new music and maybe some bigger tour. Because I think people still remember the band,
I think so too, absolutely.
I don't know for USA, but here in Europe, they of course, I think they remember the band and.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, but we'll see, because with the guys in Sister Sin, they have full-time jobs and they also have families. Yeah. So they can't tour like we used to. They are really this is how we can do it, and it's mostly some shows here and there, festivals, etc., weekend things, no longer tours.
Yeah.
So
but that's okay. I mean, you can do that and that. It's not a big deal. I think it can work out.
No, exactly. Yeah, we try to find a way to make it work.
You know why? Because I think there is much bigger bands to say that are still doing it. Like I don't know, like they work their jobs and they also play like Anvil.
Yeah.
You know Anvil.
Absolutely.
They have day jobs and they do it.
Exactly.
How is it going with Liv Sin? You just released some music with them, some new music, right?
Yeah. We released a new album in August. Yeah. So we played a lot in Sweden this fall. So we had like 10 shows or something like that. So we played almost every weekend during it was a kind of an intense fall. lot of shows, but it was also very, very fun. So I mean, I love playing live, but I really want to go out on tour again, because when you are on tour, you can just focus on the music. When you play weekend shows like we have done now, it's hard to get that. You go out and then you get back, go home, and you have your normal job, and then you go out again. For me, it gets a little bit confused in my head and too much. I would love to just go on tour for a couple of weeks or a couple of months and just focus on one thing. That's much better, I think.
And when you finish it, that's it. So to focus on some making music in the studio or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite format in releasing music? Because today you gotta be digitally aware and stuff, but I still love the vinyls and the CDs, and I don't know what's your point of view on that. Spotify or something, or no? I don't know.
Unfortunately, I have Spotify. I don't. It's not like I want to. I would love to just take everything away from there. But at the moment, it's the easiest thing when you have you share your step list with the people in your band and with etc. So my goal is to get away from Spotify, but obviously we can't take our music from Spotify. It would be I know that bands are doing that, but I don't think we can do that. None of my bands, and that would hurt the band too much. So I will not do that. But But unfortunately, yes, it's mostly Spotify I do listen to now because it's easy. I can listen to it everywhere, and I can take it with me. And I'm very much listening mostly to music when I'm on my way somewhere. So I need it. I don't do it so much when I'm home because I don't have the time to have music. That much at home because I'm either working on something or making some new music. It's like. Things like that. So for me, I need to have it in my phone.
Are all the Sisters Sin released on vinyls also or no?
Yes, they are. But I think the two first albums you can't get them anymore. They are not printed anymore.
They're sold out.
Yeah. So that
maybe you guys need to re-release them, you know. Like, like some pack of albums, maybe some digipack or something. I don't know, CDs and vinyls, some stuff like that. Maybe that can boost the band more. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I have a friend. Very interesting. Like a year ago, he was in. I think, did you play Belgium maybe back in like a year or two? I don't know.
With Liv Sin we
with
played.
Liv Sin, So I think he was in Belgium like a year ago. I don't know. So he's like he didn't know that I was a fan of Sisters Sin. He didn't know the band. He saw you there in some festival. And he was like, "Oh man, you gotta listen to this. This is Liv Sin. She had a previous band. He was like googling, and he sends me some video and some. And I was like, what the fuck? You don't know Sisters Sin? I was like a fan back in, 2008, and he's a friend of mine like since the 90s, you know. And he was like, I didn't know you know them. Of course I know them. And I'm like, I'm jealous of you for seeing them now, you know, Liv Sin. And he's like, oh man, they're great live. He became a fan in the live moment, you know. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's what I want when I play live. I think you have to entertain the audience. You have to be a good live act. That's my main purpose. When I hit that stage, I need to be an entertainer. And I really want people to like the music even more when they see us live. I don't want it to be the opposite. I want to be like when they see either of my bands live, they're going to be like, oh, this is better than on the records. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm glad he found out about Sisters Sin and Liv Sin that way, you know. Yeah. What are your short-term, long-term plans with both bands? I mean, you told me about releasing some new music and how you released. What's your this year's agenda?
Well, this year I would have loved to say that I had so much planned, but we don't. It's really hard to get at shows these days. And
some summer festivals in the summer, maybe?
No, nothing. Unfortunately, I don't know. It's hard. None of the bands have any. Maybe like one or two, small in Sweden offers that sometimes. But it's hard when you are like we are like with Sisters Sin, we're totally independent at the moment. We have we have a booking agent in Europe that he's gonna look for 2027, but because I also need to separate the band, so I want to do one band at a time. It doesn't work for me to do both at the same time. It's probably I have some kind of letters that it doesn't work for me to do both. I get totally messed and like extremely stressed. So I have to do. So I'm like 2026. I do Liv Sin. 2027. I could do parts of that Sisters Sin, and then I do this. I have to try to plan it that way to make it work. So, but we have a couple of shows with Liv Sin this fall in Sweden, and looking for a little bit of a tour in Europe with Liv Sin as well later on. Also planning club shows. And that's what we have at the moment. We are still working on getting something for the summer. Maybe some band drops off a festival, etc., and they need a replacement, and we can be the replacement band everywhere. So, but unfortunately, not much more with that. And Liv Sin is releasing the songs that I told about, the EP.
Yeah.
Then I guess that we will start to work on new songs with Liv Sin as well during the year.
Okay. Thank you for this great interview, this great episode podcast. So I will share all your links down.
Cool.
So please share it, subscribe it, and follow it. And I'll see you again when you have some new news, with the both bands.
Absolutely, and hopefully see you also somewhere when we are playing with either one of the bands. You are very welcome to come to your show.
Thank you, Liv.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.